War in the frontier. As the clones approach and the droids encroach, Gencon has appeared. We have new cards and new warriors coming from Gencon. But who will win the Clone Wars? Hi, and welcome to the Spice Squadron, episode 49.
And we were going to do aggression this week.
Grrr!
But we didn't.
No.
Why is that?
Well, a man who I thought was going to be aggressive is certainly cunning, and FFG, much like last week, is cunning as well. Gencon, for those of you who don't know, is a large board gaming convention, and it was held in America, and they have released something very special for us.
Oh yeah, we've gotten our first look into set 3 of Star Wars Unlimited. We're barely into set 2, but we've got some spoilers for the starter decks and like 1 or 2 cards from the actual set for Star Wars Unlimited set 3.
It's good.
Twilight of the Republic, and let me tell you, it has hyped us through the moon.
To the outer rim.
Outer rim, baby.
I think, firstly, I'm just going to say it because it's something I want to get out of the way. The packaging for this set goes hard.
Mm-hmm.
The colors are like maroon and black, and they look so good. But we got to see a bunch of starter deck cards, a bunch of new mechanics, and we got to see a bunch of new Gamegenic stuff.
Oh yeah.
We're going to start off by talking about the new cards, the leaders, and then we're going to lead into the new mechanics. Then we're going to discuss our theories about the new set, maybe talk a bit about the new products, because that kind of will lead into our theories a bit.
But don't stop there, because we're going to be then talking about our theories leading into the 4th, 5th, and 6th set, which we have had the names revealed for. Tune in to the end to find out what those
4th,
are.
5th, and 6th?
And 6th.
Oh, baby,
Year 2 of Star Wars Unlimited is looking real good, and I, for one, am very excited.
They are really jumping to light speed.
Absolutely. And we're going to start it off.
Let's dive in.
We're going to start it off.
Let's go.
With Ahsoka Tano.
Snips?
Snips. So, I'm going to have my phone here. Reese has been staring at the cards all day. I've been at work.
I look at cards while I work. I tell my boss goes, "What's this?" And I say, "Ha ha, my real job."
Now, Ahsoka Tano is a aggression, heroism leader. She is one of the 2 starter deck leaders that is coming out for Twilight of the Republic.
Notably,
and she has
both decks are green.
Both decks are green, so it is red, green, and yellow, green.
Ooh.
Because we got 2 blue last time, so we don't want any of that in there.
What'd she do though? Surely nothing
So,
fancy.
This is the first of our new keywords.
What?
And I say first because there's another one, and we will get to that.
It's good.
That'll be
a talk. That'll be a talk and a half.
A talk of all time. This keyword, though, is coordinate.
What does it do?
Coordinate is an ability that does a lot of different things, right? There's a lot of different room for... This is a very versatile keyword.
Yeah, it really is.
Because coordinate is essentially just an ability a card has that is capped off with a requirement.
Yep.
And
what's the requirement?
The requirement is that the unit gains this ability while you control 3 or more units.
It's actually the card gains this ability while you control 3 or more units. So notably, we could see coordinate on events.
Yes.
Or upgrades even.
Absolutely.
And notably, it has to work that way because this is the front side of Ahsoka.
Absolutely is. And so she gets the action, coordinate, action, tap her, attack with a unit. It gets +1/+0 for this attack. So very similar to IG-88 in a way, where instead of having it be capped with whether you have more you could have 3 but not have more than your opponent.
Yeah.
This is just capped at a 3. So you have 3 units, you can attack with a +1.
Ultimately, it's a more attainable goal. I think.
Absolutely.
Because there have been a lot of times where I've played IG and just been like, I just don't have more units than you. Like, I can probably hit harder than you, but I don't have more units than you.
Yeah.
This is really cool. Mm-hmm. Also, we'll probably get into it a little bit later, but Coordinate's got some interesting ways with it rules. But what's her flip side do? When does she flip?
She flips at 5. She is a 3/6. You might be saying a classic hero stat line of 3/6 at 5. But she has another ability, and it is also linked to that coordinate keyword. It is coordinate. This unit gets +2/+0.
Notably, that doesn't specify for the face or on your turns. she just passively has +2/+0.
As long as you have 2 other units and then her, you'll get
Yeah.
this +2/+0 buff.
Because coordinate doesn't specify having more than 3 or 3 other. It's just 3 units. So if you have 2 units and you flip Ahsoka, then
She's a 5/6.
She's a 5/6, and that's really good. That is a better stat line than than IG-88. She flips at the same time and has a similar ability. The reason we're going to compare them is because they're kind of similar leaders, just hero and villain. But Ahsoka's really cool, and she's utilizing that coordinate ability in such a cool and creative way.
And I think that's the idea of it when they brought out these starter decks. They really wanted to, this is a leader that is based around that coordinate. And we'll see that when we move into her cards that are around her as well. That coordinate is really something that's going to come through really heavily in the, I think, in the set. It's going to be something that's going to be really interesting. And there's a lot of really interesting things.
Her art's also amazing.
Very nice art as well. Very, very nice art. Very Clone Wars. I think they've really captured the Clone Wars kind of art style.
Hyperspace foil is that for the pre-release, and then a
Ooh,
showcase
thank you.
in the
Yes,
set.
please.
Showcase in the set,
Oh,
baby.
yes, please. No, there's a lot of really cool stuff that's happening here, and I think as an aggro leader, we did need more of this kind of like heavy aggro on that wasn't Sabine.
She's definitely a more like she's a more mid-rangey aggro leader where Sabine's sustained damage, but Ahsoka flips and she hits harder and she promotes going wide. So I mean, there's a lot of other cards in the deck to talk about. What's next?
Next, we shall be talking about one of the plain hero cards that we got. A very simple but very cool looking card. It's a 1-cost. It is 332nd Stalwart.
Ooh, yeah.
It is a 1-cost heroism. A 1/2 Republic clone trooper. We're going to be seeing that a lot going forward. It has coordinate. This unit gets +1/+1.
That's great. So I can drop 2 of these turn 1 and then play a unit turn 2, and suddenly I've got 2 2/3s and whatever my other unit is.
Absolutely can.
That seems pretty good.
Absolutely. And then you might say this sounds really, really good. Obviously, if you do kill one of those units, they do lose those.
Yeah, they do lose that ability.
So being able to keep 3 units on board is going to be really important for this. I can see that this is quite a generic card, but obviously it's one of those cards where if you have 3 units, you just play it. You're just playing 1-cost 2 3s.
Well, it's a good thing that
good.
Green Hero has no way to go wide or play multiple cards in a turn. Or it's not like you can U-wing this out and then pick this and then like a 6-cost card and then just buff out the board with what you've already got.
Oh no, absolutely. The fact that they have green with this is not meant to be there. Not a mistake. It is going to be very interesting seeing this coming in with like U-wing and stuff like that into this coordinate kind of.
I can't wait to see that in hyperspace as one of the promos.
Yeah, absolutely.
What were the keywords for Ahsoka as well? She's Force Republic. Is she Padawan or is she Jedi?
She is Force Jedi Republic.
Force Jedi Republic.
Obviously, before her fall.
True.
Only got 1 lightsaber.
True. She doesn't have a show turn.
So early Clone Wars Ahsoka.
Early Clone Wars.
And then we have another card, this time green, that we're coming into. This is. Would you like to take it away with the?
I can't remember his name. I believe he's Coruscant
Guard.
Is it literally just Coruscant Guard?
Coruscant Guard.
I was gonna say Coruscant Guard, but I thought that was too simple. Coruscant Guard. He is a 2-cost 3/2 command with coordinate ambush. So if you have 3 units when you play him, including himself, he gains ambush. Well, that's really good. We know from set 2 that a 3/2 for 2 with a red ability is good. Look at the piggies.
Absolutely. Look at the piggies. This is absolutely a card that's coming in really clutch. This is a card that very easily takes a similar vein to Cloud Rider.
Yeah.
And being able to go, okay, sick, I have 2 other units on board, bang, 3 and in is really good. Especially when you start to think about the implications that can come from that I am gonna have a unit with coordinate on the board. I'm then going to play this, ambush it in, and then get, like, maybe it's a coordinate, all clones get buffs. Gets +1/+1.
That would
right?
be cool.
So you're playing this, you're hitting that coordinate across the board now, and then you're ambushing with it. So you can kind of choose what order.
I think we talked about this earlier, and we were like, a really cool scenario is if you're like a yellow Han deck, and you U-wing, and you get like a Cloud Rider, and then a Cloud Rider and this. Like if you're lucky enough, you hit all 3 of them, and then they go, oh, cool, well, this is going to ambush first, because they've got 3 units, and then this will ambush, and then this will ambush,
Yeah.
and you just like hit them with like the triple threat out of nowhere. Coruscant Guard has 2 friends.
9 damage straight into you.
And again, this guy is a Republic clone trooper. Gotta love those keywords, because you're gonna see a lot of them. Trooper gets a lot of love this set.
But now, you know him.
You might not
You love him.
Do I love him?
Everyone loves him.
He's the man, the myth, the actual legend.
The actual Child Slayer
That's him.
himself.
Anakin Warcrime Skywalker.
And it is Warcrime Skywalker because he's in the midst of the Clone Wars.
He is.
Committing those war crimes.
Again, another card that's going to look gorgeous in hyperspace.
Absolutely.
It's him back-to-back with Ahsoka. This man is a 5-cost heroic aggression 6/6. Now, where have I seen those stat lines before?
Oh, I don't know.
Notable legendary Poe Dameron. Thankfully, his ability is nowhere near as cooked. It is coordinate. When this unit attacks, draw a card.
Simple, effective, good stat line.
Great stat line.
Happy to see it.
Republic, Force, Jedi.
And trust me, those keywords are going to be huge.
Yeah, those are actually going to be
those
so big.
3 keywords, Force, Republic, Jedi.
Yeah.
We know Force is fantastic. We know Jedi's fantastic. And guess what? Republic's also going to be...
Amazing, fantastic. It's going to be the best keyword.
There
Yay!
it is. That's what I was waiting for.
Also, we know Force is going to get way better, but we'll talk about that later. But yeah, no, this is a great card. I mean, like, ultimately, this is so solid, and I absolutely love it. Now, for these last couple of cards and the Ahsoka leader, I'm all giving them 3 out of 5s on the Spiceometer. So I think that they all have the potential to be pretty good and pretty middle of the road. I think Ahsoka's got a lot of potential, and that's subject to change. This next card we're going to talk about, though, he is higher on the scale. And yes, I said he, because who is a notable character? Well, if we're seeing Ahsoka and we're seeing Anakin,
there's
next?
one more character that's going to be here.
There's one more guy.
There's one more guy. And it is Captain Rex.
Oh my gosh, he's here!
How many times, dear
here.
loyal viewers, have we said set 3
Captain Rex?
tokens? 1
1 battle
droids.
Roger.
2 clones.
Oh, just like the
We've
simulations.
called it before, and it has been confirmed here. Rex is a 6-cost command, heroism, Republic clone trooper.
Let's go.
A 4/4 that says when played, create 2 clone trooper tokens.
Oh, so
The clone trooper tokens
they're
have
amazing.
been confirmed
We've
as
seen the
vanilla 2/2 unit tokens.
0 cost, and they're mono hero, and the battle droids are 0 cost 1/1 mono villain tokens. Both of them have their own text. The droids are separatist droid troopers, and the clones are clone Republic troopers. It's happening.
Absolutely.
It's happening in a big way.
Happening in a huge way.
What if I rip this guy and a 332nd off a U-Wing, and I go Rex, 2 boys, and a 2/3, and I'm just sitting there like, what's next? What's next, baby? What's next?
Absolutely.
Just like the simulations.
And this is the perfect card to be activating all these things, right?
It's amazing.
He himself is a coordination.
Automatically, him will trigger any coordinate ability that you have. Even if they kill a unit, well, you've still got the others that they were created, meaning you've still got coordinate on. For 6 to get 8's worth of power on the board, that's
a
value.
4/4,
That's
a 2,
value.
and 2 2/2s is value.
Value, straight value. Especially when you're going to consider that in this set, we're going to see a lot of clone love. We're going to see a lot of coordinate. We're going to see a lot of Republic love. So there's no way we're not going to get cards that are going to be supreme payoffs for this card.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is awesome. I give Rex a 4 out of 5 purely from the value alone. That when you play this guy, you're going to get a bunch of units and a bunch of stuff for free. So this is insane. And surely making tokens can't get any better, can it? Well, to do this, we must talk about one of my favorite and most beloved Star Wars characters. I played him and one of my favorite Sith ever as one of my first Star Wars. I think it was my first Star Wars Destiny deck was this guy and Count Dooku. It is the good General Grievous.
And he is coming in hot, with that cunning villainy. You know it, you love it. One of the best two colors in the game that together. He is a beast. Tell him what he does.
He's a cunning villain leader. On his front side, he has tap. Give a droid you control Sentinel for the phase. That's pretty interesting, right? I mean, it makes sense as Grievous is a character. He's all about, putting his droids in the way and just getting them time to abandon ship. Just getting them in there. Now, Grievous flips at 6. But he has the immaculate stat line of 4-8.
Absolutely huge. I think
that's insane.
The only thing that's kind of keeping up with Boba Fett also in Cunning Villain with the stat line.
It flips a turn later than Boba and gets
but has that
one
extra
more
health. You thought 7 health was annoying. 8 is just as annoying.
Yep, especially in green, a deck that, ramps, so you can get your 4-8 Grievous out earlier. But that's not all he does. Remember, his front side gave droid Sentinels. His flip side is no different.
On attack,
give a droid +1/+0 and Sentinel for the phase.
Give them that little bump to their attack just for good measure.
Why, you might ask? Shut up. Get in there, droids.
Get in there, droids.
He is also a separatist official, are his keywords. His artwork is so menacing. He's standing on the bridge of what I can only assume is the Malevolence. And in front of him
Speaking of which, we're probably getting the Malevolence.
Oh, don't even. A ship with a special keyword, perhaps. Notably, one thing I quite like about Grievous is, for the future crafting potential, is we've got a lot of droids in the starter deck, and they're really good. But there's also a bunch of other droids. But I'll save that for a little bit, because I want to talk more about the cards in the starter deck.
But, having said that, this is a fantastic leader. Chewie is good. His ability
Chewie's good, full stop.
But being able to do it unconditionally, you don't have to play it. You can just be like, that one, that has it, and just not limited to 3 cost or less, just droids in general, which, trust me, there's already plenty of, and we're going to be getting a lot more. You can with the droid tokens, we talk about them. They're one tokens. You can just be like, all right, this one is Sentinel. You have to kill that first.
I just don't want you to have to deal with this, make it a Sentinel.
Yeah, that's just Sentinel.
Like that's whack good.
It's actually crazy.
This also cards that we're about to see make a lot of really good set 2 cards a lot better, including one of the cards we got to show off gets a lot better with a lot of these droid cards. So next up, I think this card kind of wacky for real though. I believe it was Commando droid.
Separatist Commando.
Tell me what he does, James. Tell me what he does.
He is a 2-cost cunning villainy 2/3 separatist droid trooper.
Good keywords. Good keywords all around.
Funnily enough, all the droids we've seen, troopers.
All the clones we've seen,
troopers.
Taj
be working overtime.
His stock's going up. He's like, look at these droids. Look how we've mistreated them. And Grievous is like, shut up.
Oh, they've been mistreating them, all right.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you about that later.
Yeah, we are.
While you control another separatist unit, that's going to be hard.
Oh, yeah.
This unit gains raid 2, so it is a 4/3 on attack. Great stat line.
How would you like an aggressive echo-based defender that you can turn into a Sentinel really whenever you want?
Yeah.
You're like, this guy's a Sentinel now. I'll swing for 4, this guy's a Sentinel now. Or don't make him a Sentinel. Make something else a Sentinel, and then have them watch as your army of 4/3s just roger, pew, 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 pew. I've been waiting for this.
Yep, absolutely. It is a fantastic staple card. It's a fantastic turn 1 play.
Yeah.
Because turn 2 you play something else, give it the raid, then swing with it.
Yeah.
It is it's going to be a staple for Grievous especially.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of these
Just
yellow
any
decks,
separatist
separatist deck is going to be wanting to drop this.
Especially with a lot of these mechanics, you're going to be wanting to run these droids.
Yeah.
And straight up, let's not kid ourselves. Right out of the bat, we made a joke just then, but like run Taj. Buff him with a counter. And then another card, Precision Fire. Pay 1. He's swinging for 6 with Saboteur if you control a
And you
Separatist.
best believe people have forgotten about Precision Fire and last.
It's back. These
last
droids don't miss.
They do not.
Those last two, look, I'm going to give Grievous, again, I'm going to give Grievous a 4 out of 5. I think he's really good. I'm going to give that unit a 4 out of 5. This unit, though, is up there as well.
The General's Guardian.
He's a big boy.
He's a beefy boy. He's a 4-cost command villainy. Give him the stats.
4 for 4? It's on
Love
curve.
it.
It's ridiculous.
You love to see it. And what is the ability?
When this unit is attacked.
Not when it attacks.
No. When it is attacked. Create a 1/1. Create a droid. Create a droid token. Create a 1/1 droid token.
With the ability to give this thing Sentinel, this is dangerous. This is so dangerous.
Good.
And the key thing here is it does not need to live. It is not when it is dealt combat damage. It is not any when it survives an attack. Like it is when
you choose to attack.
is attacked.
So, if you have any ways to somehow heal it, or if there's any like little tricks you can do, most importantly, this card in Grievous is bonkers, which good. But you can make it a Sentinel if you want. If you make it a Sentinel, they attack it a bunch and you make 1/1s. Or you can choose to not make it a Sentinel and then just have a 4/4 for 4 threat that has a negative payoff for your opponent attacking. Oh, I'm going to attack it. Awesome. I'll make a 1/1. All right. Next, I'm going to trade into it. And did you just make that 1/1 you just played from the Magna Guard a Sentinel? Yes.
Sure did.
Swing for 4? Of course I did.
Absolutely. And this card is
So
very,
whack.
very good. I think this is a card that
A lot of
is
decks...
probably one of the best open fire targets I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, you better
But
believe it.
at the end of the day, you played this, they played open fire. You go, awesome, no worries.
He's a cheeky Separatist droid. This card already is like notably just really good in decks other than Grievous. I'd run this in Palpatine. Go check out this week's gameplay. I'd run this in like Hondo. I like the fact it's a 4/4 for 4 on curve incredible stat line with a negative for your opponent trading into it. Yeah, you can trade into it. Cool. You're dying and I'm netting a unit. And that's at worst. If they have to spend multiple units to trade into it,
yeah.
oh my god.
But
That ain't all.
you said at the beginning, when we talked about
He's
coordinate,
a 4 out of 5 because he's a 4/4 for 4.
that we'll be talking about keywords. We're reaching the end of the stuff that's been revealed. This is another, but we do know that one from Massage, but we don't know what it does yet, right?
Well, we do now. We're going to talk about Hailfire Battle Tank.
Oh God, are we going to talk about Hailfire Battle Tank? And are we going to talk about Hailfire Battle Tank for the next year?
Yep.
Hailfire Tank.
Hailfire
It's not
Tank.
Battle Tank. It's just
Battle
tank.
Tank in here.
Is an 8-cost pure villainy.
Yeah, of course it is. It feels pure villainy.
Separatist, droid, vehicle, tank.
He's got that keyword soup.
Best keyword in the game. Tank.
Tank, droid, vehicle, separatist. Could it get any better? He
It
could
is
be
a
Kanan.
7/6 with exploit 2.
He's at 8 costs normally.
Now,
8 costs 7/6.
exploit is the second new keyword coming to us from the Twilight of the Republic, and boy is it a doozy. Coordination, good keyword, very interesting uses.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
So it's an 8 cost 7/6 though, right?
Yeah.
You keep going on about exploit. It can't be that good because this card's just an 8 cost 7/6.
Exactly, it can't be that good, don't worry about it. Exploit 2, this is a numerical keyword. While playing this card, defeat up to 2 units you control. This card costs 2 less for each unit defeated this way.
Oh. So it's a 4 cost 7/6 if I kill 2 of my own units?
That's it. Now, we're not 100% sure how the exploit mechanic works. We're pretty sure that if it was exploit 1, it would say, while playing this card, defeat up to 1 unit you control. This card costs 2 less for each unit defeated this way. We believe that's what it's going to be. So each one is another unit that you can destroy to reduce its cost by 2 again.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
A Sarge Ventress is a 4-cost exploit 2. Do that mean me kill 2 unit for free?
2 unit for free.
That's right. A Sarge Ventress is a 4-cost that you can kill 2 units and make her a free 2/4 that when you've attacked with another Separatist on your turn, she gets +3, +0. She's aggressive villain. Boy, howdy, is that good.
Oh, good lordy. So this becomes you get 2 of those funky little battle droids out there, and then you just kill 2 1/1s and pay 4 and bring out your 7/6, which then becomes a Sentinel because it's a goddamn droid.
That's amazing.
And you might think, well, we're going to find out
Wait. I give him also a 4 out of 5.
We're going to come back to talk about the exploit a little bit more, but we did forget to talk about a card before we went and talked about this, and that's the ability to get this rockin'
I think it's
rolling.
better we talk about this now so people understand the gravity of how good this card is.
Because this is Battle Droid Escort.
This art is amazing.
This is
this
very
art
good
is
art.
incredible.
I want this in Hyperfoil.
Yeah.
Which
you know, it was not going to happen. You get in hyperspace at least.
Yes. This is Battle Droid Escort. It is a 3-cost villainy 1/1 Separatist Droid Trooper. When played / when defeated, create a Battle Droid token.
Wait a minute. Wait, hold on. Just a second, guys. So I can kill it.
Yeah.
And so I make it. So I make a 1/1 and I kill it.
Yeah.
And so I kill them both with Hellfire.
Yeah.
And then I get a 1/1 from Hellfire.
Yeah.
For free.
Yeah.
So I pay 4.
So turn 3, you play this.
Yeah.
And you get a 1/1 Battle Droid.
Yeah.
And then turn 3,
Yeah.
you kill this and the Battle Droid, get another Battle Droid because it's defeated, and play a 7/6
And I'm
for 4.
And I'm green villain, right?
Yeah.
So the next one I can just overwhelming barrage for 9.
Yeah, for 9.
Okay, cool.
Um,
Exploit's really good, guys.
Yeah, so Exploit is nutty. Playing things for less is always good, and playing things for free is even better. And the thing is, if this was brought out now, it would be fine. It would be a good mechanic. With the inclusion of these battle droids, this mechanic becomes absolutely nutty. These battle droids are going to be torn apart, thrown for scrap. If you think these droids are dangerous because they're 1/1s that are going to be swinging at your base, you're wrong. They're going to be absolutely crushed, molded, pulled together, and formed into a goddamn tank and thrown at your face.
As is tradition for the droids. These guys are, guys straight up, they're a 5 out of 5. And the reason I say this is because with Exploit, they're ridiculous. But let's remove Exploit from the equation. And let's look at them as if they were in the current meta. I could rip them off of Vader and get 2 units for the price of 1. I could play them in a Palpatine deck and have 3 free activations of my leader ability and lose essentially nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I could begin to swarm the board and get major buffs out of anything that cares about having multiple units. That's nuts. Already. That is already really good. I reckon this would be a villain staple if we had it now.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that we are getting cards that are incredibly statted or have really good abilities, and they will be cheaper, sheerly from the fact of killing this, is insane. If you have not picked up any starter decks yet, fair enough. I don't think when set 3 rolls around, you can afford to miss this one. You need 3 of this card for set 3.
Absolutely, I completely agree. And I think these cards that are coming out are crazy, but one of the key things about it is, yes, they're insane, they're awesome, but they're complementing the cards from set 1 and 2 so well. This isn't something where you're like, well, guess we're only using set 3 cards now. Nope. These cards complement so well. We're talking about Palpatine. Palpatine is going to use these droids absolutely crazy.
Hunter
is going to
use
crazy, stupid good.
Oh yeah, even Moff Gideon loves them too because they're 0 costs. You can swing with them, buff them, give them overwhelm, make them 2/1s. You can essentially just get a bunch of free TIE fighters on the ground and trade with them, and then make more. Like in Moff Gideon, that's insane. I think Rex is incredible. He's a great U-wing target, and he's an awesome ramp payoff in decks like Hunter, going wide and be able to do that. Like imagine dropping a Rex and then the next turn you like get to home one and then rip an Akbar. Like Rex and Akbar love each other. It's just stuff like that that is like blowing my mind at how already good this stuff is, and we've only scratched the surface.
Yep, and we're going to be getting more and more stuff. They're going to bring out these tokens. They're going to do this crazy stuff. It's going to be fantastic. I'm so excited for set 3. These are all the cards we have revealed at this point.
Currently.
But trust me, we could talk about it for hours. These cards have brought such a cool spin, and we're going to be thinking of things that are crazy, and every single exploit card is going to be bonkers.
Yeah.
And every single exploit card needs to be scrutinized with a microscope of how it can be abused.
How it can be exploited.
And then there's also Coordinate, which exists.
It'll be good! I promise!
No, it's very easy to balance these two things.
It
what
really
it is you just need to give the exploit to lesser, like, have lesser impacts, and give these things that require quite a big cost of having 3 things on the board.
And not dying.
Big payoffs.
Yeah. I think, interestingly as well, we saw 8 starter deck cards, including the leaders, but the Coruscant Guard and the Hailfire Tank are both commons in set. So, pretty cool stuff. So, that's the starter decks. Well, let's theorize a bit. Let's talk a bit about what we've seen. So, I think, firstly, I want to just say how good this stuff is already complemented by what we have. I mean, like, I was just tinkering with Grievous today, as I do, and I built a quick deck. Forlom's a droid, ambush him in, and then give him Sentinel. And Viper Probe Droid is a droid. Give it Sentinel. Make it a 3/2 with Sentinel. Running Vader in the deck's really good because you can play him and then rip the 3 costs. Getting the Hailfire Battle Tank is just like a nutty play, and it's a Separatist. So even just like cool stuff like that, I'm already building Grievous and going, wow, like this has legs. Well, when I get more Separatists, I'll be able to actually build a proper deck and play it. It just makes me really excited for what we've got to come. Our good friends at Gamegenic were there. They showed off some awesome stuff.
Some absolute rippers. They showed off a bunch of playmats and things, and I cannot get over that one where there's just a speed biker with Luke and Leia on another speed bike in the background, and it's probably the most gorgeous thing I've ever seen in my life. I want that mat so badly, and it's 100% going to be my next mat that I play with, because that thing is absolutely gorgeous. Those greens are so vibrant, and
it's actually such a nice mat. If you have it, and it's just like the one you currently own. It's got the zones on. I'm also going to be picking up a mat in set 3. As is my tradition of playing Separatist characters in Star Wars card games, I will continue this tradition, and I will continue it with Grievous and Dooku. Hopefully we get a Dooku later. But there's a Battle Droid mat that looks really, really nice.
Very, very nice.
That we haven't seen the art of yet, but it's Battle Droid. They showed it off in the trailer as well. It's a Battle Droids walking forward on Geonosis, firing their blasters. I'm probably going to pick that up. Now, there is 3 other things I want to talk about they showed off. So, firstly, we have a mat with Darth Maul on it, a mat with Yoda on it, and we have a set of sleeves with different artwork of Darth Maul and different artwork and an artwork of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now, I want to start with the mats just because I think it'll be quicker. Traditionally, the mats have been units. Or events, which I think the droid and the speeder bike are going to be events.
Yeah, and then the Yoda and the Maul.
The Maul mat is Maul at Last Revenge. The 5 cost we've seen, that's the same art. The Yoda is him, I believe it is Yoda when he is standing on Palpatine's desk, or it's him in the amphitheater when he fights Palpatine.
Yeah.
So that'd be cool.
Yoda.
Yeah, my theory is those are units. Now, I'm fairly certain on this. You can correct me if you think I'm wrong in the comments, but the sleeves we've received for set 2 and set 1 were sleeves of leaders from the starter deck.
Showcase leaders even.
And showcase leaders even. I believe that the sleeves for Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Maul are representative of leaders. Now, I know a lot of people were very disappointed we didn't get a Darth Maul leader in set 2, but I said then that I believe Darth Maul will be in set 3 because realistically, yes, he is a shadowy figure, but his timeline fits better and he does more during that era. Plus, we get the 332nd. We've got Ahsoka. Means we can get a cool legendary Ahsoka unit that's like her at that Battle of Mandalore. But that is notably as well, that is Maul from Mandalore.
Yeah.
Single-bladed lightsaber, stained glass behind him.
Absolutely.
And then Obi-Wan Kenobi's artwork is... I actually think that's him after he's jumped down to fight Grievous.
Hello there.
Hello there. So I believe that pretty much confirms it, for me at least, that we're going to get Darth Maul. Well, we knew there was going to be an Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
But,
and we assume there's going to be an Anakin as well.
Yeah, I mean, like, insert aggression, red. This is where the fun begins. But that's my general theories for what we're going to see so far. But we've got a couple more things to theorize about unit and leader-wise. What do you reckon we're going to see?
Oh, I'm just really excited about these tokens, honestly. I think these tokens are going to be absolutely huge and just change up the meta completely. I think there's going to be so many more things. I think the card that we have at the moment, the double green killer unit draw 2 cards. I think at the moment it's so... Like, it's not great because there's just all the units you're playing is so vital to your game plan at the moment. Having chaff now is going to be a thing that's a lot more common. Exactly. Like, there's going to be so many things where it's just like these chaff units that you can use for like kind of these weird wacky plays is going to be so huge, and being able to keep them on board I think is going to be amazing. We're going to see stuff like we're going to see some crazy stuff come down. We're going to see units that are like a tank, like a 5-cost tank that says all droids enter play again shielded. So every time you chuck one, like kind of thing. So every time you get those 1/1s, but like they're all got
like the ion tanks from.
Exactly. But they've all got shields on them, right? Yeah. I think that's what we're going to see a lot from the separatist sides of things. I think we're going to see a lot of kind of like go wide synergies of like slow, like buffing up everything on the board.
I'd really like to see. I actually think the opposite. I think that droids are going to go wide, but I don't think they're going to have buffs. I think they're just going to be purely exploit bait. Whereas I think that Hero's going to do that, and I think it's going to be like coordinate. Your clones get. I think we're going to get an LAAT dropship. That's going to be a space unit that when it attacks, you get to make a 2/2 clone.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. I think that would be awesome. Getting cards like we've seen the art for him in this trailer. We've seen Cody, and it's him in his Phase 2 kit, not his Phase 1 kit either. So it's him at the Battle of Utapau.
And trust me, you're gonna get sick of hearing these words. And it's I'm gonna swing this clone into your droid, and you're gonna hear that
just like the simulations
a lot. You're gonna hear that so often. You get sick of hearing those words specifically.
Roger.
I've just taken out 2 droids with 1 clone, and that just being a thing that happens all the time.
Exploit, I'm gonna go roger. I think.
Where did he go?
I guess I'm in charge now. I hate my job.
Everybody loves battle droids.
Everyone loves battle droids. It's like they're like Raymond. God. There's so much that this set has to offer. I think one thing I want to talk about with tokens as well is it's not confirmed yet, but the general running theory is just like shields and experience, when they are killed, removed, or bounced, they disappear forever.
Yeah.
The reason they have a 0 cost is not so you can replay them for free. That would be great.
They will never
evacuate. Woo!
They will never go to your hand.
No, they will cease to exist. And that's the whole point. Like that's their whole point. They are temporary. They will still trigger any when defeated abilities and things like that you have. It'll just be once they hit the discard pile, they'll then just go like. Your clones are quite impressive. You must be very proud. I think that one thing that we were discussing about this earlier is right now it's a little bit hard for us to imagine any of the hero cards getting exploit because you are actually just killing your own guys.
Yeah, you're killing your own guys to play bigger guys, which is not really.
There was a Jedi that did that. Pong Krell.
Yeah. Pong Krell leader.
Which led me to suggest perhaps we get Supreme Chancellor Palpatine
as a good guy who does villain things.
Because at that point he was a good guy who did villain things.
Good guy who did villain things.
Good
Good guy, yeah.
Warmonger.
But I think that could be an easy way to bring villain aspects into heroism
really
without
cool.
being like, it's fine, Padme just exploits people to do stuff, don't worry about it, it'll be fine.
I can see Anakin also getting exploit, considering that he's just reckless. And
I would love an aggro deck that just revolves around exploit,
that
just
would be
like
so
slowly getting
cool.
bigger and bigger units as you just kill them
It
all
would
off.
be cool that if like you have a unit that when it's played, if you exploited, it comes in readied or something like that.
Wow.
So that would be really cool.
I'd tell you one thing, exploit doesn't need additional abilities on top of what it already has.
Not to mention, we're also going to get a plethora of new smuggle cards. I mean, that's the assumption. And I think tokens are really exciting because it opens up the avenue for, droids and clones. But now we can get rebel tokens, imperial tokens. We can get fighter tokens and spaceship tokens and ground vehicle tokens. And it's not just that now. We have the entry-level unit tokens. We can get a lot more stuff in the future. And I just personally think that that's a really, really good thing. That allows the game to open up. It gives more options and variety. It's something we realistically knew was going to happen. Yeah. And this was just the best set to do it in because it makes the most sense in terms of time frame.
Yeah, and you can start doing some crazy stuff, right? You can start being like, every turn this gains blah blah token, a counter token, and when it reaches 10, and it's like building the Death Star.
Yeah.
And it has to survive for like 10 turns, and then you get a 20, like a 15, 15,
yeah, spaceship
like
token,
Death Star token.
Yeah.
So
we
it brings
can start
into
stuff like that.
Yeah, it brings in where like individual things can have their own tokens and just be like, and it lets you do a lot more stuff in the creative space of deck building. Even like, and yes, we'll probably only see these 2 tokens in this set, but as we go forward, just having these. Like, Magic players know it.
Yeah.
And having tokens in Magic is a fantastic thing that everybody loves.
It's awesome.
It's one of those things where having these unit tokens confirmed means as we go forward, there's just going to be fun, awesome stuff that you're going to be able to do.
Twin Suns.
And it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. It's going to be good.
Twin Suns gets way better.
Oh, yeah.
But no, I am so excited. I mean, notably, this set is going to be full of unique heroes that we love. And that's why I think cards like Hunter are going to get better, because there's going to be a lot of notable characters on the hero side, meaning that Hunter's going to be really good because you play Rex and make 2 clones, and then you tap Hunter or attack with Hunter and reveal your Rex from your discard pile. You know, you could swing into trade for resources. Then you could swing in and kill something with your 4/4, play Rex again, another 2 clones. Just getting that build-up going and stuff like that. But there's more stuff we could see. I definitely want to see stuff that is like what you were saying, where it's like coordinate. Your clones get this. I think when we were talking earlier, I said my wish list, I definitely want to see cards like Fleet Lieutenant, Wing Leader, and like a Dodonna or Veers, and I want them for Separatists and Republic. And I'd also like to see that set of cards or that cycle of cards be done for First Order and Resistance as well, because at that point, we've then covered off every major faction that fought in major wars, and I think it would be good for them to have those kinds of cards.
I think for my wish list, on the coordinate side, I want immediate payoffs for coordinate abilities. Yeah. I think that's going to be a key thing that puts coordinate above, like how it is being like, okay, so I'm playing this, I'm activating coordinate, and I'm getting a bunch of stuff immediately from that, and so you don't. And I want coordinate not to have to focus on keeping those 3 units at all times. I want them to have some immediate payoff effects where they can be like, and I've got like where you're like, no, I need to stop you from getting to 3. Not I need to remove a unit every now and then to make sure you don't stay at 3 kind of stuff.
It would be cool to see stuff as well that's like, you know, we could get some cool things like Clone Detention Squadron, coordinate, when played, when attack, capture a unit.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
that'd be cool, because then it's like, okay, cool. Well, you know, if they don't have the units, that's rough for them. They can't capture anything. But then if they start building up, you have then like a really nice snowball effect. And it isn't difficult to stop because you can just kill their units. But it does add in some interesting stuff. I would like to see maybe something like clone commandos or clone snipers or arc troopers, where when they enter, if you coordinate, you can ping damage.
Yeah,
like something like coordinate when played, deal 3 damage to a ground unit. And it's like clone snipers. That would be awesome. Just being able to do that ping stuff. When played coordinate, put a 1/1 counter on everything.
Yeah, the reason why I think droids are, I think clones are going to be based around kind of having the 3 units and being like getting big buffs from the
Which
3
makes
units.
sense with the whole brotherhood thing.
And I think the droids are just going to get board-wide buffs. I think they're going to have
Yeah.
tactical droid.
That'd be
and
awesome.
Like stuff like that. That's going to be like you play tactical droid, you attack with 2 droids, or you do this or you do that.
It would be cool if tactical droid is just something like all of your battle droid tokens get when attack with a token. So you can just be like, Roger.
Do not give people 7 actions again, please.
Well, it'd be like you've got
I think-
3, and you're just like, bing, bing.
I think tactical droid would be a really interesting thing to have
Definitely.
as like a rare of the set, and have it be like tap this unit, choose 1, and be like attack with 2 battle droid units. Give 2 battle droid units plus 2 plus
Ooh,
0 for
that'd
the
be
turn.
awesome.
That
Would be really cool.
So each turn you choose kind of what you want to be
we've seen
doing
it
with the
with
battle droid.
Poe.
Give 1 a experience
We've
token.
seen it with Poe. I want to see more of it. Give some stuff to Republic.
Yeah.
When you play coordinate. It would be awesome if one's like coordinate and then it gains this ability, but you can get multiple extra abilities for each additional unit you might have. So
That'd
for
be
instance, it's
interesting.
like
So it'd be like coordinate this if you do this. If you have 4 or more units, do this.
this.
If you have 5 more units, do this.
that'd be cool.
That'd be very cool.
I would
And
love
think-
to see stuff like that.
And I think I would also love to see, like I was saying with the battle droid, like being able to tap and do an ability. I would like to see more of that. Currently, a lot of it we're seeing is in Blue Villain. Something like Dr. Parshing. Those are kind of like units that you
Grogu,
don't that aren't.
Crosshair, Parsing.
Yes.
We want to see more of that.
Yeah, they're units that aren't necessarily there to just swing or block or whatever.
Utility
They have utility, and they have just something like that you want to keep alive, but you want to keep them alive so you can keep using their ability. I want to see more of that.
Which makes sense because the tactical droid, they never fight. We don't really see
Exactly.
them fight. They are always there to do tactics. I want to see some B2s. One thing I want to see, and one thing I really like with Grievous, and this I'm getting back to that point now. This is on my wish list. Grievous specifies droids. What are droids, you might ask? Well, we've got plenty of them. B2s, submersible droids, space droids, vulture droids.
Ooh,
We
vulture
can
droids are
get
gonna be
droids
cooked.
in space,
Yeah.
and we can give them Sentinel. I want to see some vulture droids. I want to see the droid dropships. I want to see the
Vulture droids are 100% in.
Please. And I want to see those big ass droid dropships, and I want to see them
you imagine-
making tokens.
Can you imagine if Vulture Droid is just a 3/2, 2 cost 3/2 separatist droid?
That would be insane because it's just a cheaper Black Sun Starfighter.
Yeah.
You can give it Sentinel whenever you want. Oh my god. Whew, don't get me started. Don't get me started. You know
Well-
me. I love the Separatists.
We like talking about space. We're talking about
Yeah.
space,
And a Vulture droid would be probably like a vehicle, right?
and it would be a vehicle.
It would be a vehicle.
And
You know,
I don't know. There might be a set coming out.
This is far out. I think you might be jumping to light speed.
The set names for the next 3 sets after Twilight Republic have been revealed, and the theory crafting has begun. The first of them is Jump to Light Speed.
We'll show the banner up quickly. Do you think that you can make a fairly educated guess as to what set 4's themes are going to be?
Vehicles!
Who'da thunk it? Me to thunk it? He to thunk it?
The assumption is there. The assumption is we're finally going to be getting the flip to space that we've been asking for from set 1 in
Please.
set 4. We're going to be getting a lot more vehicles. We're going to get more vehicle synergies. We're going to get... Yeah, we're going to be getting stuff like Poe flipping into Black 1 in the space.
Hera
We're gonna be
flipping to
getting
Ghost.
Hera flipping into Ghost, all that kind of stuff. And all that stuff is going to be fantastic for the game. I think that's going to be a really, really, really... I'm so excited for that set. I think that set is going to be really
Yeah.
interesting. I think we're going to be... It's not going to be put in a specific era.
No.
And I cannot wait for my pod racing
Which
deck.
is kind of what... I want Anakin flip to pod racer, please.
Oh, Anakin flip to pod racer,
This is
please!
pod racing.
And also fucking...
Saboba?
Saboba. flip to-
Saboba. I mean, that's
Saboba
like...
flip to pod...
That's the starter deck, boys. If you're not on it already, do
Oh,
it right
if
now.
you want,
Um,
please make Anakin
so,
and Saboba
a
the
couple
starter
of
deck.
a couple of things that we think foreshadow-wise that the devs have said at the early release. Notably, when they released Prepare for Takeoff, they said later down the line, you'll be able to just build an all-vehicle deck.
And this is the set to do it.
This
You
is
can
the set to
kind
do
of do it now. You can kind of have that
But this is going to be the real,
Yeah.
proper... Like, right now, if you're building a vehicle deck, you're building Space Race.
Yeah.
But now you're going to be able to build a more adequate, probably put together consistent Space Race deck, but you'll also be able to build a proper land-based deck.
Yeah.
A couple of theories I have, I believe there was also mention that Hera specifically gets more support in later sets, and by that I think what they were talking about is in set 4 we're probably going to see something maybe like a Hera that flips to a ghost, and she might not be Spectre focused, but notably if she's just a more utility based leader, she'll probably benefit running Spectres anyway, so something like that. I definitely think we're going to see Poe. My hope for that set is seeing Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader on the trench run flipping into the X-Wing and the TIE Fighter respectively.
Yeah.
But it's pretty obvious as to what that set's about. Jump to light speed. We're going to see Falcons. We're going to see, capital ships. We get capital ship, tribal in the set. We're going
This is going to be the set where I bring out the 100 card. Sorry, 80 card. Twin Suns.
It is the 80 card Twin Suns capital ships token exploit deck. All your capital ships have exploit. Admiral Yularen.
Spicy. I like it.
That's not all though, because set 4 also is followed by 5 and 6, as so does the number alphabet go.
Exactly.
Who'd have thunk it? Me to thunk it. He to thunk it.
The 5th set of Star Wars Unlimited. And just before we go, these 4 sets are going to be what's going to be taking us to the first ever national world event. And the Galactic Championship, I should say. That's going to be taking us to the first Galactic Championship. The jump to light speed is going to be the set that takes us to Worlds. Get ready for Galactic Championships to be about the vehicles,
Get
baby.
your wedge from set 1 ready, because he's coming in hot.
The hot take that Wedge from set 1 is going to be in the deck that wins
Meta-relevant.
that wins the first Galactic Championship.
Meta-relevant wedge with a Delphi patrol wing and then prepare for takeoff.
And then 30 cards from Jump to Light
bunch
Speed.
of cards that give your vehicles exploit something stupid. Let's go, baby. Gives your vehicles exploit and overwhelm, so when you have wedge, you can play them for super cheap and they get ambushed and overwhelmed. And plus on plus one. It's all happening all the time. But you know what I love? Vehicles might be cool, but the
Vehicles are
best
cool.
keyword in the game is force, baby. It's force. It's all about the force. It's about this guy right here, Mr. Kanan J. Russ.
And honestly,
I
in the past,
also the other
there
guys.
have been some legends of the Force.
There have been. Look at the banner.
We're very excited about this set.
Yeah,
It's going to
we
be a very
are.
fun set. I, personally, definitely not biased, totally not just reading the books and want to really badly hope that High Republic is included in this.
Elzar Man Leader.
Elzar Man leader when, Ava Chris leader when, Bell Zettifar leader, give me to him. Give me to him.
Give me to him. High Republic is definitely something that we both think this set's probably going to be around, because if we're looking at it how the sets have gone so far, it goes theme, not theme, theme, not theme, theme. The theme will be either Force users or Legends of the Force. Notably, that doesn't have to just be all High Republic, but I personally feel there's a high likelihood of High Republic.
Yeah, I think it'd be similar to Shadows of the Galaxy, where there'll be a High Republic kind of section of it, which means we'd probably also get Marchion Ro. Oh, please give me the Nihil.
Geode.
I'm not far enough to get past the Nihil section of the stuff, so there's probably more characters and all that jazz. But man, I love those characters so much. They are genuinely my favorite Star Wars characters. Probably recency bias, but oh well, deal with it.
Or the set, we're going to see some big names. We're going to see Qui-Gon Jinns, Obi-Wans, Anakins, Baylan Skulls, Ahsoka Tano's, Kanan Jarrus's, Palpatines, Dooku's, Vaders. We're going to see it all. This could be a set where we get an Anakin and a Vader leader in the same set.
I think this is a set, even if it's not High Republic, it is a set that's going to be very hype because it's going to bring so much force into the game.
So many fan favorite characters too will finally get leaders. if we don't get a Mace Windu this set, or a notable Jedi from the Republic this set, you better believe that we're probably going to see them in this one.
Cal Kestis.
Oh my god, please give us 50 Cal Kestis. I'm on my knees begging.
Now, there are some people talking, because it says Legends, people are
EU
taking that it's going to take it out of Legends, out of EU Expanded Universe. I think that maybe there'll be some, like, call-outs to that sort of thing.
Here to burst your bubble, but it's probably not going to be direct stuff.
Yeah.
And let's be real about this. We've both played KOTOR.
Oh, yeah, we have.
We both love KOTOR.
I've played KOTOR 1, KOTOR 2, SWOTOR.
Yeah. I think my whole teenage years were taken up by SWOTOR.
Yeah.
When I was a
love that
preteen,
game.
it was WoW, and then I found out about SWOTOR, and I was like, wow, for Star Wars, and that was like my high school. So we love it. Don't get me wrong. If we get a Revan leader, you better believe I'm with you all frothing. But
if we get a Ballista leader, I'm...
Oh my god.
That's the name. Her name's Ballista. Ballista? Is that her name?
Ballista, yeah.
I'm going crazy.
Like
Revan and Ballista
HK
kissing,
47.
making out.
HK-47. But like, if
that one weird evil chick that was just in your party and was kind of like, yeah, well.
Oh yes, yeah, I remember her. I can't remember her name, but she was also the main villain of KOTOR 2. So definitely need to replay KOTOR apparently, because I remember the name. It's on the tip of my tongue. I'm not a fake fan, please believe me. But I don't know if we'll see that stuff just because of the current canon and things like that. It'd be really great if we got to.
What's the guy's name? Kieran?
Kyle Katarn?
The dude, the real generic dude.
Oh, generic man?
That's in
I can't
KOTOR, because the two main characters are like him and then Ballista.
Yeah.
But like he's just like some dude who's he's like
alright.
he's like a soldier. And he's just like I'm a guy.
Just like 90% of the troopers in
SWOTOR.
SWOTOR.
Kaiden or something like that. I'm going crazy again.
But also, people like Kyle Katarn, people want to see all that kind of stuff. Like, I personally, for Twilight Republic, I'd love to see Delta Squad. That'd be sick. But, things like that. We might see nods to them and things like that, just like we have in the canon. But it's also important to remember that as much as we love that stuff, there's still so much we love in the mainline canon. Like, I remember seeing someone at the very beginning of Star Wars say, what if they run out of content?
I'm just putting it out there. Father, son, daughter.
Legends of the Force. Let's go!
Could even be next set.
True.
Because honestly, I could see a double red brother, double blue sister, and
just we could get a grey,
really good.
That would be really
father.
Cool. That would be actually super awesome. This stuff could coincide with, we could get the Acolyte stuff. I know there's a lot of people out there who didn't enjoy it. It's a bit of a rocky end for me too, but there were, again, good things to come out of it.
Honestly, some cool characters that I'd love to see pretty art on a card.
If I get a Soul Leader, I'm down. Bro, if I get Camille Leader, that dude slaps. I don't care what you have to say about it. As much as the Acolyte might not have been enjoyed by you, there were parts that I personally as well found really rocky, but I love Soul and I love Camille. I think that the main hero and the main villain of that series, they rocked hard.
I also want to headbutt a lightsaber.
Dude, man brought Cortosis into canon. You cannot hate him.
Cannot hate him.
Cannot hate him. Also, the way he, spoiler alert, dispatches people. Gone.
Also, unrelated, the man's sexy as hell. You can't.
That's not unrelated. That's
very
related.
He's
a handsome guy. That's super related. But no, I think like characters like Camille, characters like Soul, I think like a lot of people actually did really enjoy those characters. But we also could get characters like Baylan Skoll. Notably with Baylan Skoll, there is one thing he cared about. Secret power. Secrets
of power. The sixth set of Star Wars Unlimited. Secrets of power.
What could it be?
This is an interesting one. This is the people who are searching deep and dark and finding the lost treasures. This is the people who are looking for power beyond power's belief. This is the people who are absolutely consumed by it. and I think this is going to be very interesting.
I think one thing that when we initially had these, one theory that's been going around that I personally agree with is that Legends of the Force is going to be a set primarily focused on more Jedi light sidey characters and maybe following stuff like the High Republic and things like that. And we get heroes and stuff mainly from that era. And then Secrets of Power will follow more like the Vader comics or, you know, the Kylo Ren series of comics where there are heroes in that book and things like that. But I think it'll be, the two sets could differ from the main view of the High Republic is from the light side, whereas during the Ren and Darth Vader comics, the main view is from their perspective. And there's still heroes and villains in both of those books, and that means there's still enough room for it. But it would be cool to get the kind of explore those series from the perspectives of those characters. Lord knows that I would love to see a Knights of Ren card.
Yeah.
Let me have like 9 copies of it in my deck.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be sweet. But that's the theory. But it's actually really hard. We were talking about it before about this. It's really hard to tell. Because jump to Lightspeed, man, that is just self-explanatory.
And the logo itself shows it very much like what it kind of is, what it's about. Legends of the Force and Secrets of Power, very generic logos, very generic wording. So really, we have our theories, we have our plans, but they could go anywhere with this.
That's
and
exciting.
they will go anywhere they want with this.
And that's actually really exciting.
Unfortunately, that is all we have to talk about.
So much.
This
We
week.
talked so much.
We talked so much. We love you.
We love you.
We will be talking about the Gencon meta and talking more about that. That'll come out in a video either next week or during the week. We're not 100% sure how that's going to work.
It depends on when the deck lists get released and things like that. We initially planned to have it out, as we said last week, but man, it's been a big event, and there's been a lot more people, and it's gone a lot longer than we anticipated. But we will have coverage for you. That is
we're going to talk about it, and it's going to be very interesting to go through. We've got kind of like the general gist of kind of what the meta's shaping up to be. It's very interesting, and we'll be talking to you about why that Green Palpatine deck you can go check out in the gameplay right now is pretty damn good.
Oh yeah, it is.
We'll see you when we see you.
Bye.
Bye.